Well, you guys are wondering, what are we doing with the DDHQ here in Compton, California? Well, it is time to say goodbye, and we're gonna tell you exactly why that is. And we've done a bunch of really cool things in this building. We wanna reminisce about what this building meant to us before we came here, while we were here. What are we doing next? Don't worry, DDE is thriving, and we got some big announcements along the way while we go through and talk about the past, the present, but first of all, step into what used to be our DD merch garage. Well, a little different than the last time a lot of you have seen it. First of all, I want to start off by saying thank you. Thank you to every and anyone who came here to this location, whether it was just to stop by and say hi, or they actually came into our store and purchased something. One way or another, we loved meeting you, or even if you came and we didn't have the opportunity because we were busy, I want to say thank you. Then I want to get to the fact that this was kind of initially a temporary idea. It was never meant to be this long-standing store. It was an idea Dave and I had, and we thought, would it work or would it not work? After a year of procrastinating, we finally put it to the test. We turned it into a store. It was actually a huge success initially, but we soon found out that if Dave and I were not here and we were not constantly pushing the marketing, pushing the ideas, it wasn't working the way we needed it to.
On the website will always be open, so the ddmerchgarage.com is open 24/7, and anybody pretty much anywhere can buy from the website, but the physical location is now, as of this video going live, closed.
Store's closed. This was a fun thing to do. Just to take it back quickly, let's throw it back to a clip when we first came here in the Aperta. That's right, when it was black before it was yellow, we brought it here to what they used to call Tire Slayer Studios. And we showed up and the boys greeted us and we slayed tires in the back block. That was an epic time. All the boys were here, Vin, Hurt, Scotto, and it was an amazing time. And this here at the store was also their merch store. You'd walk in through these doors. They had various t-shirts and cars on display. They had the crazy vehicle they had built. What was that thing called? The Warthog?
They had the Warthog from the Warthog Halo, I believe they built.
It was over here. Look, Ken Block's cars have been here on display. They had various lifts here with a whole bunch of other cars. This, for me, was a super iconic place. And at that time, I had no idea I'd ever have the opportunity to be in a location of this size, let alone this exact location.
We didn't change a thing. Every conduit, the wall, it was all when Hoonigan was here. All we did was take what we want to do and add it in here, but like they built everything, the lighting, this change room.
This was a really fun memory, you know? The store has had many various shapes and looks to it. We've had various cars in here. We've revealed cars in here, the twin turbo F12, a bunch of really iconic stuff. This room was very unique when Hoonigan was here because there was one piece of this building that I actually asked for. There were a couple of things that I'd made a request to stay from Hoonigan to kind of honor and carry on a bit of that legacy. And one of those things was out on the front of the wall where we eventually put Life's Too Short to Drive Boring Cars. Just to the side of that, if you remember, there was a very cool art piece that said "Just Ain't Care" in the multi-tone of blue into purple. And then also in here was Brian's office. So Scotto's office used to be right here. And I don't know if you guys had ever seen it on Hoonigan, but Scotto's office was
Airstream trailer.
An Airstream trailer, that's what it was, sitting right in here. And what's funny was you would ask yourself, well, how would they get an Airstream in here? Well, back to what Dave said, they actually built all these walls. They built all this wall. This was a warehouse, just an open warehouse. And they spent, we heard, rumor is, allegedly $500,000 building out all the infrastructure to have a professional media team in here and segregate some of the areas so that it could have air conditioning versus other spots. So again, they built the walls in here around the Airstream. So we said, hey, don't stress, keep the Airstream in here. We'd love to, you know, honor Scotto's office, leave it in here. But unfortunately, certain people at the company who had taken over Hoonigan, not the original Hoonigan guys, but the more corporate people who allegedly really in the end
ruined Hoonigan.
They decided to trash everything. They cut the trailer down even though I said don't do it. They painted over the "Just Ain't Care." And they literally left nothing even though they said they would. So it is what it is. This is where your orders get shipped out. They come in through the Shopify store. This is where we make ship happen. Now we're into what we used to ironically call the showroom. We would keep cars in here, as we are currently keeping cars in here. My beautiful GT1 Street Murcielago, my all-time favorite car, and my very first car, which is my Integra, and we have some big plans for this. Dave's gone completely off its rocker and Dave's doing something totally crazy with Boosted Kyle.
So if you missed that video, just to recap it quickly, we are doing, and Damon's approved this because it is his first car and it has some special memories. This is going all-wheel drive, sequential, 1,000 horsepower K-swap. We're just waiting. Kyle built, if you guys watch Kyle's channel, which a lot of you do, he's building a new HQ, new garage and facility, and it's poured concrete. Just waiting until that gets done before I send this car to him to start the build.
1,000 horsepower, all-wheel drive, sequential. And he promises me it will beat my supercars.
Oh yeah, he said it'll beat everything you have.
When this car is done, I'm gonna put it up against every single one of my cars, almost like, again, a nod to this versus that, except for it'll be this versus supercars.
So at the end of the day, I'm building the car that you couldn't build 25 years ago.
Could we continue on with the tour? We would have cars lined up along here, and everything for the most part has been here. But if we throw it back for a second, when this was Hoonigan, they actually had this as a production level garage. So in the floor were lifts in here, and they had various bays and marketing just like us on the walls, and they would build some of the cars in here. And the reason why I said studio level was you could take a Hoonigan tour, and part of the tour was coming through their store and getting guided through these various rooms, except for the mystery room. And there's a special room they used to call room 69, and that was the room in the back corner, which we will get to, that they built all the secret projects. Keller, do you have anything to say? Keller?
Yes, Dave.
Do you know why Dave and I initially got an HQ? Even going back to like the one in Huntington Beach?
Other than just needing a home base, because you guys are traveling all the time.
We were. That wasn't really the issue. The issue was always trying to make content on a daily level and having delay after delay after delay, whether it be parts of manufacturing, shipping delays, or if it was delays with a shop, because sometimes people make commitments and then they don't honor those commitments. And Dave and I come down for about a week at a time. And so when we come down for those 7 days, you've learned by hanging out with us, what do we do when we're down here?
Always on the move.
Yeah. Are we out just having fun? Like in the sense of like, is it DDE or is there anything else that we do?
Literally from the time we wake up, probably what, 8 a.m. every single morning till
Midnight.
Borderline midnight every single day. I mean, we're always filming something.
Work. So when you're doing that, you have to get quite organized in order to deliver the content for you guys. And so we initially got the HQ to build out some of our own cars and take that under our own roof and take control of that, because we thought we'd be able to get more content out of it. And it kind of worked. And it kind of didn't, kind of like the store. This ended up becoming, as you guys remember, the Fab Room. This is where when we brought on Michael Essa, we ended up buying all those tools, and we started back in Huntington Beach. Then we came here where there was more room, we bought more tools, and this is where, in the end, the twin turbo F12 came to life and did its first run, its first startup, and all that sort of stuff. And it was built genuinely from this room. This was also Hoonigan's Fab Room. A lot of work was done in here, and we're super grateful. And we're also, just to touch on that, really grateful for everybody who's had a hand in DDE. Whatever level you've been a contribution, on some level you've touched this brand, and we're super thankful. Look, there's tons of times where Dave and I miss having some of the people who were previously on the channel. But if you look at it, people have been with us for years. And over those years, people grow and change and finish their commitments and then move on wanting to do other things. So we totally get it. The days of Michael Essa, the days of Tim, the days of Mark, our other videographer, have been absolutely amazing. And they will honestly be memories that we cherish for a lifetime. Along with huge shout out to everybody at Hoonigan, the real Hoonigan, Scotto, Ron, Vin, everybody, Zach, because they've all played a hand in us even getting this building. They're the reason why we knew this was available. We were super stoked that we had this opportunity. So now that you've seen the before and after, and you guys have seen, where the cars were built, let's quickly show you where the Hoonigan secret cars were built. Well, it looks like someone's living room. Well, and there's a good reason for that. We're not gonna talk about it, so let's move on.
She's not ever been in this room.
Oh, this is a big one.
Yeah.
This is what ended up being our garage. We obviously used it for our own building of the twin turbo F12. We even tried to make it a customer facing garage for a brief period of time, thinking we could monetize it better. And like everything, Dave and I are always willing to try. We are not afraid of failure. And we also aren't afraid to use some urgency and take some risk financially to see what the outcome will be. And sometimes things succeed and sometimes things fail.
What's funny, sorry to cut you off. I heard this really cool saying the other day. Winners lose more than losers lose.
It's true.
Winners lose more than losers lose. Think about that for a second.
Way more.
Because they try more things. And even the garage, like, we started getting it running, and right when we saw the challenges, we're like, number one, we don't live here. Dave and I just thought we're just gonna run a garage. It would be the best garage in Los Angeles, if not the US. That's all we focused on. But we know that to get it what it needed, we need to get more attention. And it's not where our heart's like. We wanna make videos on the road, driving around, having fun with the cars, not managing a shop. So very quickly, we pulled the plug on that.
Yep. We very much have a rule, Dave and I.
Is it more income or more time?
Yeah.
One of the two.
Yeah, and I was gonna go to the second one.
Yeah.
That's how we value what we put our time and energy into.
Speaking of the merch store, we had this really cool mobile merch garage to take to an event, so the store can come to you. And it turned out really cool.
Yeah, and that's a great example of we learned the difference between static merch garage and mobile merch garage. What was beneficial to you guys as a consumer? What was beneficial to us because we're always on the road? And the simple answer was mobile merch garage. So you guys will be seeing more of this.
And a lot of the comments, and we read all the comments were, it's cool you guys are at the HQ offering deals at the store, but I don't live in Los Angeles. I'm in Texas or I'm in Nashville. This recently was in Nashville for Slush Motorsports event, and it went really good. We brought this to Monterey Car Week. So as David mentioned, stay tuned. This could be coming to a town or city near you. Now what's crazy, you see this right here? This is the same holes when Hoonigan had their lifts here, because they took them out. They put our lifts back in the exact same spot and added no additional hardware. That's how much it lined up.
The irony was we even offered to work out a deal to keep their lifts in here, and they took those out as well.
And to be clear, Hoonigan you see today isn't Hoonigan when we all know Hoonigan. They were bought and sold actually a few times. So there's corporate echelons that made those decisions, not the OG Hoonigan.
Here we are. This is what we branded The Block. And I love that name. It was a nod to obviously the Block family and Ken Block specifically. We came here, it was in really rough condition. We invested thousands and thousands of dollars to patch up with asphalt all these massive cracked pieces of concrete and the holes and do everything so it was at least somewhat drivable, because we didn't want, you know, $10,000, $12,000 AL13 wheels getting damaged while being driven through here. So we patched this all up, spent a lot of money protecting the building, protecting the property, protecting our neighbors. We knew we were gonna drive cars here. Safety was the #1 priority. So we had K-rails put lining this whole area up all the way down to the end and protecting the building in the proper high impact areas. This was epic, man. This is the golden nugget in LA, where the owner of the property didn't care that you did burnouts out here, the neighbors didn't care, and the city didn't care. It's completely private, it's completely fenced on all sides. It really is the dream. And I think that is the biggest part that I'm gonna miss of this building. This was fun. I mean, this is insane. Just look at the run you could get. I would come down here in 3rd gear in the F12 once I got a feel for that car. You know what I'm not gonna miss? I'm not gonna miss that sound from the claw. You know what I'm gonna miss? That's right, our neighbors are a shipping yard. What are you not gonna miss?
No, you know what I am gonna miss?
What do you miss?
The variety of drugs you can buy around here.
Okay, Keller's 24. This was The Block, and we had block parties. You guys, this was amazing. Finally a spot we could bring the car community together, try to get people off the streets, try to promote a healthier style of participating in the car community, being able to have fun, have some of the shenanigans in a safe, controlled environment. And we had everybody here. This was family friendly. People would bring their kids out, bring their friends and family, and people from out of town would come here. It was so cool. Now we had 3 successful block parties. The first one, we learned a lot. Then we got security and we tightened things up a little bit. By the 3rd one, things were really dialed in. We had a 3rd-party marketing company that came in. They brought people, we had point of sale, we were selling merch outside. We had this all made so that we could talk to people. We were throwing out free merch left and right. We had the Gumball crew again here. Mr. Gumball was up here. Skinny was doing the MCing and going crazy. We revealed the twin turbo F12 with Mike Essick, and it was an amazing time. And again, I think that's what I'm gonna miss. The car community coming together and just having an absolute blast. We even did a safe burnout pit one time, and Gary King Jr. came out and absolutely destroyed the place with everybody's ears.
They took his shirt off at the end and ruined it. However, the block parties were fun. They would cost us $40,000 per one because we did the insurance and all that. We did 3 of them, and it was really cool. but we couldn't figure out how to do it again to have the proper insurance. So the reason why they actually stopped was, insurance company said if a car moves during the event, your insurance is void. And we can't control 90 cars. But we did it. We did 3 of them. We got away with it. We got away with it.
We did. We did it. There were no major issues. No one ever got hurt. No fights, no bull. And for the most part, people respected everything once they were on the inside of these walls. We couldn't control what was happening on the outside on the street. And, you know, also trying to work with the local police and the sheriff's department. They were really good about working with us. So yeah, it was a good time when we did it. Maybe in the future, there will be a pop-up block party in other parts of the world. So stay tuned for that. We have a bunch of friends that do event planning specifically with automotive globally. So we have some ideas. Part of this whole saying goodbye to this is taking the best things that did work out here and taking them around the world. DDE worldwide. When we first got here, Hoonigan didn't take care of this drain and we didn't know what was going on, and it poured so hard that all this flooded, and they used to call it, what was it, Lake Compton or something?
Yes.
And so I'd come ripping off this ledge in the H1, remember? And hit this in the water, super sick. But in the end, we had someone come and try to figure out how to fix it. We thought it was gonna be this big thing, and all it was the pump. They cleaned out the pump, got the sludge out of here, and this thing's worked ever since. It's never flooded again. Kind of funny.
Smells like some of the sludge is still in there.
That's your pants.
Oh.
I have a little surprise for you, Damon.
What's that?
And I've been working on this. Some of you know this already, but have you heard of a game called Burnout Masters? It's an iPhone game. They do Burnout Wars. It's a really cool game. Anyways, I had them, to celebrate the block and its legacy, I had them make your twin turbo F12 in the game, and they recreated the block in the game. I'll play a video right now for you guys to see it before he's even seen it. Link in description, download the game, you can get the F12, and you can drift the block forever.
So this lives on.
Forever.
That's cool. Nice work, man.
Welcome, man.
I want to play it.
Download it right now. Go to your App Store or Google Play Store and type in Burnout Masters. You'll see the actual F12 as the main image right when you go to it. We have an actual DD block party in the game.
The DD twin turbo F12. I'm gonna get this car. I can do different views. See a little camera mode up here? You can go up here, you can go behind the car, you can go like outside of the car further away.
That's it.
But you can go in the car.
Oh yeah, that
and
is super dope.
You'll see the fire.
Kind of what it actually looks like.
Yeah.
Really is.
Oh, let's do some donuts. Oh, the smoke. Oh, hit the barrels. It says blocked. We got people watching and everything.
That's a block party, bro.
Dude, check this out. Let's go see the shop.
Can you see me not wearing a fire suit next year?
Dude. Dude.
No way.
Dude.
Wow.
I can drive through the shop like I did.
I didn't know you could go in the building.
You can go in and out of the building. Anyhow, guys, go download the game. I want to see some of your guys' shots. Tag us, put it on Instagram, and we'll go and comment. Let's see if you can drift the twin turbo F12 better than me.
And with that, the block lives forever. So if you loved what we did here and or what Hoonigan did, download the game right now. Link in description. And the warehouse.
So, warehouse. This was Hoonigan's merch distribution center. We had to file them down, but they had a whole bunch of racks in here. This is where they had their merch. And in the end, we ended up putting all the tires and wheels and spare parts from the cars. As we build cars, we take a lot of the OEM parts off, and we end up with an epic pile of OEM parts and OEM wheels. And some of these wheels are, we'll go down memory lane here, the wide body GT1 BBSs. We have the first set of Revolto BBS LMs. We have Dave's two-faced wheels from AL13. We have the MV Forged narrow body Revolto wheels. We have the gold wheels from, actually, this was from Uncle Ray when I had him on my CGT. And these were the LM wheels I had custom made for my Senna. Now, I need to find out if Senna wheels with a center lock would fit on some other cars. I have some ideas for future builds. But we have all of the tires in the background. Huge shout out to our sponsor, XComp. Thank you so much. You That's disgusting.
That sounded like a bubble coming out of your.
By the way, you ever see this?
What?
What this is?
Oh.
That is a composite bumper from an SLS that's very flammable. That's what caught on fire.
That is
Isn't that wild?
crazy. Now, this was our chill room. We had a couch in here. We had the TV. Let people take their breaks in here. Continuing on, when Evan was here, we tried obviously garage 11. We had a front desk person, Evan's office, and to this day, one of the only things that ever stayed, and they clearly forgot it, was the famous Hoonigan, I don't know what you call that. It's like someone put it up because the person who worked in here found it too cold when the air conditioning was on and they had a dog or something. So they put that over it to try to stop all the AC from coming in.
That's so cool.
Kind of funny.
That's something you would do.
Dave's office.
Yep, that's where I would, actually, I don't know what I did in there.
Irony is your office looks cleaner than mine right now. My office, full of memorabilia. Signed Ken Block Hoonigan LA poster thanks to Vin. A donation we had made to get this. A large photo of obviously the Hoonicorn with the Hoona truck getting pulled on the trailer, Ken's signature. These I donated money to. I got 2 of the 4 intact rotiform turbofans. They came off of Electricahana when they were filming in Mexico. The final Gymkhana that Ken did. Dave got me this, which I think is super cool. This is Ken's co-pilot race suit from one of his rally seasons, Alex's. So I have all sorts of cool stuff in here. And then I have the DD stuff. You know, I have tons of stuff that people have sent me from art and photos. It's kind of crazy. A lot of memories, a lot of cool stuff. That's kind of where, you know, things start to come to an end when you think about it. Damn. Our boardroom, guy's office. Hey, you guys might be wondering, what happened to everybody? I mean, you know what? As we've closed this thing down, we've had to say goodbye to some more people, you know? We loved having Isaiah here. He ran the store. He did an amazing job. You guys came and saw Isaiah. You came in and saw Anthony. Guy's the last man standing, so to speak. So he's currently the one shipping your orders.
By the way, we have multiple offices. So in Canada, we have 2 offices, one in Calgary, one in Kelowna, where we have a lot of our media team. So a lot of what we see here, we'll just go back to Canada for now. As
We
far
are
as the
Canadian.
office space.
We are Canadian.
We are Canadian, and a lot of what we're doing as talk about chapters is the next chapter being worldwide, as he's mentioned. So there's not going to be one HQ. There's going to be worldwide presence, and I can't get into specific details, but you're going to see us in a lot of places. We can come to you, so we can bring Compton everywhere.
All over the world. Yeah. And right now, the Rewalto is in Sweden. Think about where the cars are. Rewalto's in Sweden. The Mercy is here. The SVJ's at my home in Canada. The 720 GTR is at Gintani. Dave's Quadra Corsa is at Volume 2 Wraps. Twin Turbo F12 and the Drift BMW are at the LZ compound.
SLS is on its way to Dallas.
SLS is on its way to Dallas from Nashville. Keller's R8 and Keller's Huracan are in Nashville. The 599s are in Canada. One is at August Luxury Motor Cars, the blue one. It's beautiful, it's for sale, it's gated.
The gold one I'm gonna sell as a project, as a car that needs to be fixed. It runs, but it's missing a bunch of little stuff, so I'm gonna sell it as is very, very soon for someone who wants a really cool project. We don't have the bandwidth or the energy to rebuild that car back to what it was, so you can buy it as a cool project.
So again, we love you guys. Thank you for all the love and support. We understand sometimes change isn't the easiest thing to comprehend, understand, or, you know, be a part of, but it's happening. And the only real change is, like late, we won't really be here anymore. So I think you guys though like that. From what I've seen from the comments, everyone's pretty stoked about the gumball videos, going to the factory, spending time in Sweden with the Swedish fish. You know, we got tons of friends all over the world, and we're just gonna go spend more time with them, doing more epic stuff, seeing other crazy collections, and we'll still build crazy cars to drive and share with you guys. Pour a little for the homies.
By the way, Damon's looking at this right now. A few months ago, the KB43 Institute had an auction for 12 pairs of DC shoes, which I bid on as a gift for Damon. Won that, and then DC sent a really cool surprise, a special Ken Block edition shoe, which are over here, you can see on the packaging.
So yeah, Dave's a legend. You know, he wanted to do something special for me, and this, as he knows, I'm a huge Ken Block fan, and he got some stuff, and then they ended up throwing in some extra stuff that is just super legendary. Wait till you see this.
Wow.
Look at these bad boys. I have some very cool DC shoes, various
sick, dude.
Ken Block edition shoes. Of course, Hoonigan, low tops, and then of course hat, 4-3 Institute. And again, you guys, if you can, go and donate to the 4-3 Institute. It's a really cool program. They take the money and help athletes and people reach their potential. It's really cool, an amazing program. Dave and I have donated a bunch of money for various things. So again, huge shout out to DC Shoes for sending me. By the way, there are literally 20 pairs.
Yeah, I have more actually. They sent a lot more.
There are 20 pairs of shoes in here, and they're all different kinds. Some are duplicate.
Those are sick.
These are another pair. These are the low tops of the drip.
And I'm not sure if these are for sale or not. I think they might have been or they might be soon. I don't actually know, but if you can, grab some of those.
So there you go. Some of the cool livery edition Ken Block limited shoes from DC. Thank you, DC, for sending those for us. Get your feet off the desk, Keller. A little respect here for the final boardroom meeting.
All right.
You guys, all jokes aside, the next chapter of DD is, like we talked about, going global. And people are probably wondering why we brought Keller on. It's actually really simple. Dave and I want daily driven exotics to appeal to the younger people. And let's face it, I'll be 47 in January. Dave's in his 40s. We do relate to a certain level, but we're starting to see more than ever, because we look at analytics, that we're not appealing to the next young generation as much as we want it to be. We want DD to live on forever. It's like a legacy project. And Keller is proven to be fully a DD fan. He's been watching the channel since like 2016, 2017. He worked really hard, got his own supercar. He daily drives it. He does epic stuff. He is everything that embodies this brand. And to be honest, you know, there are things that Dave and I are never going to be able to keep up with the trends of a 24-year-old. So in order for like certain videos to appeal to them, he makes it funny for them. So I get if some of you are like, Keller's not funny, or he's being egotistical, or he's doing this or doing that. That might be your perspective, but it's not to other people. We want DD to be, you know, accepted by the younger generation. We've got a good stronghold on the middle-aged men, right?
Hell yeah, bro. Get in there with the white hair.
Right? Like, we can all relate. I have kids and a wife, and I'm committed, and I have a house, and like my life's in a different place than his.
I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel either, because as you said, 2016, 2017, that's literally how long I've been watching the channel. I know what the old DD is, and obviously that's my goal, is to bring more of that back.
I also can't do that anymore. I can't stand around till 2 a.m. at a gas station with a crew of young bucks. Like back in the day when we used to stand around with Alex Choi and Amelia, Andrew Yari, and oh my God, there's so many people. The cool thing is there's been so many chapters of DD. And as DD's grown, it's really a reflection of how I've grown up.
There's going to be so much more to come. It's not like this is the one style I'm going to be making. There's a trial and error period as well of like me trying to see what you guys like, read some feedback. There's still so much stuff that I have planned that will happen very soon.
If you don't like his haircut, understand that that's what the kids do. The kids have fluffy haircuts.
It's on Edgar, isn't it?
You can actually, you know what?
But that's the truth.
Any
People
of
have
you
fluffy haircuts now.
Well, sure, but quite literally go to my Instagram, scroll down to when I was 12 years old. You literally could do this right now. I have had the same hair, or at least something similar to this, for as long as I can remember. So,
and just remember, if you scroll down to when he was 12, you'll probably end up on the list.
Can't believe you guys freaking got this play.
Honestly, this is the moment. It's like super emotional. It's actually really weird.
Yeah. Didn't perceive myself getting like so overwhelmed. Sometimes people don't understand what we go through behind the scenes to make all this stuff happen, and 12 years in the making.